years ago. From December 2007 to October 2008, 35 people lost their lives in 13 helicopter emergency medical services accidents, most ever in an 11-month period. One of these accidents, where the pilot, flight paramedic, and flight physician were killed, occurred last year in my own state in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Any aviation accident is a terrible, heartbreaking event. In helicopter EMS crashes, the professionals who risk their lives to help others are often among those who are killed. Mr. Mica and I and Mr. Altmaier requested this hearing to provide the opportunity for those directly involved to share their expertise and insights on how to address this important but complicated aviation safety issue. I understand that there is no silver bullet to aviation safety, and helicopter EMS is no exception. Take the focus and effort of federal regulators and industry stakeholders to improve the safety of helicopter EMS flights. I'm interested in learning about the ongoing regulatory efforts at the FAA to address helicopter EMS safety. I'm also interested to hear what technologies may aid pilots and operators in their singular mission of safe patient transport. As we take up possible legislation, we must carefully consider congressional mandates for helicopter EMS equipment or operating standards. It's important to thoroughly explore which technologies make the best sense to improve aviation safety. But at the same time, we must give appropriate attention to the unique operating environment and the recently updated regulatory structure under which helicopter EMS flights operate. H.R. 1201, introduced by Mr. Salazar and Mr. Lundgren, highlights the safety areas, technology, and operating standards to be explored by the subcommittee today. We have witnesses ready to discuss these issues, and I look forward to hearing our panelists' viewpoints on the proposed legislation. It's my understanding we'll also consider H.R. 978, as introduced by Mr. Altmaier and Mrs. Miller. Their bill seeks to clarify, and some may argue expand, state authority over air medical flights. I believe this committee must carefully consider the impact H.R. 978 could have on FAA regulatory oversight of aviation safety. If the helicopter EMS sector of the aviation industry were to be treated differently in terms of state versus federal oversight, a number of issues come to mind. For instance, would other sectors of the aviation community, all unique in their own right, feel justified in demanding their own carve-out from federal regulations? Federal oversight of the aviation industry has long ensured one standard of safety oversight and operational requirements nationwide. It's also provided a level playing field for competition. Across the aviation industry, competition has had a positive effect on safety and prices available to consumers. The delegation of economic regulatory authority from the Department of Transportation to the various states, as directed in H.R. 978, is a fundamental shift in oversight of the air transport industry. It's the responsibility of this subcommittee to understand and consider all potential effects on aviation safety, competition, and access to helicopter EMS care for consumers before such a monumental shift is mandated. Again, I look forward to a lively discussion on the issues, and in the interest of time, I want to thank witnesses for their participation and yield back the balance of my time.